Oh, you guys like to tell jokes and giggle and kid around, huh? Giggling like a bunch of young bros in a schoolyard. Well, let me tell a joke.
Now, you see, Miss Dinkelmeyer, that's the way it should be sung. Shall we try it again?
I'll try anything for you, Professor.
Oh, that's fine, fine. If you please, Doctor. Doctor! Doctor! Oh! Play. No. You are too fortissimo, too allegro, too quantro.
Oh, is that bad?
It ain't good. You're supposed to be singing about the voices of spring, not the eruption of a volcano. Give with the throat, not with the bellows.
Oh, Professor, you want it more like a bird.
That's it. Give me the bird. Oh. Look. Play. We've done enough for today. You might hurt your voice, bend it, crack it, or break it or something.
Oh, Professor, you're so considerate. I'm just crazy about you.
Don't forget, we've got another lesson Tuesday. Gargle with old razor blades.
All right, Professor. I know you wouldn't want anything to happen to my throat.
Except to have somebody cut it.
Is there anything you want to say to the people of the Granite State as you're launching your campaign?
Yes, friends, if you vote for me, I will rebuild the old man of the mountain. It will breathe fire and shoot lasers out of its eyes. That's right.
Any pixie dust?
Totally. It'll be vomiting pixie dust all over Vermont.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Hi, and welcome to Ward 13. It's not often that three guests cancel on me, but
I'm here.
Christian is here, and Mike Martineau.
I'm back.
Oh, we need a wide shot, Brendan. You can see what he's up to more than I.
Yeah.
Is he in there?
He's busy.
Oh, there we go.
Okay. He's doing his thing.
Yep. Well, Christian, why don't you introduce yourself? This is the first time you've been on Ward 13.
It is the first time I've been on your show. I've been on Glenn's show before, but
that must have been.
That was we don't speak of that day. But yeah, my name's Christian Lacoste. I'm a YouTuber. podcast host, and I co-host Matt Connerton Unleashed, and I'm a musician.
You know, it is better to look at the camera.
I am looking
People
at the
always
camera.
look at the person, but we have the angle of the desk is so close that it looks terrible when you're looking. Because in a movie, everything has to be matched up. When you're a movie actor, you always look. You looked at the. Is it the right? It depends on the camera. You always have to look. It's unnatural what you do, but because you both have to be looking at each other, so it looks good. If only they had the little cameras in back of us, then we could get real shots. But this is community television, or what's left of it, because the FCC and the Supreme Court are doing a number on community.
I heard about that. I'm
Hey!
excited.
Mike Martineau, welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
Have you ever been on Glenn R. Let's show?
No, I was on Amsterdam once, right after my 21st birthday, and then I was
That's
on,
right.
Then I was on after a review with Mike Joy and Phil Crosdale twice.
Right. Phil Crosdale, who makes 6 figures, according to the union leader. You see, that's what you need to do,
6
Christian.
figures.
You need to get a government job and
I
just
have a
stick
government
to
job.
it forever.
I have a government job. I work at a federal halfway house.
Oh, tell the audience about it.
I work at a federal halfway house. I only log like 57 hours a week,
57.
Yeah,
You get overtime?
plus, all the time. We have unlimited overtime at this place.
How much? Can you say what it is an hour?
No.
Huh. What do you do?
I basically make sure like everything runs smoothly at the halfway house and no one does anything out of line. And if they do, I have to reprimand them and make sure like everything's stocked and like the house runs smoothly.
Do you carry a weapon?
No.
Nobody does at a halfway
No.
house.
We have no reason to.
I've never been in a jail except I've been in Alcatraz, but that was,
Sure,
as
that
a
was-
tourist. Oh, the picture, I only weighed 140 pounds. That was a long time ago. So,
I can't with you.
tell us about your podcast.
Oh, ducking for cover. Well, it's been a year in the making. I've worked on it for almost a year. I've gone through 2 people that have wanted to co-host with me, who it's fallen through like 4 times. So now I'm working on
it's
it.
like Ward 13 and my my guest.
Your guest calling out. Well, one of them's legitimate. I don't know about your other
Well,
guest.
Priscilla was going to be on with Rob, but Rob Azevedo thought he was going to be free, but he was in Nashville because he's got a country. We're going to talk about music.
Yes.
I got to go get my phone in a bit, and then we're going to try you out in the next half hour as the host.
Oh boy, we are. Okay.
You can talk to.
Let's do it.
I invited Eric Gagnon to come too, but he's been on my
You're
show.
putting me with
Yeah,
Mikey and Eric.
Oh, yeah,
boy,
let's see
you're
if we
gonna
can
put me in the
handle it.
predicament of my life right now. Okay.
I actually brought a street person in once because a guest canceled.
That'd
and
be
he was
sick.
He turned out to be terrific. Well, he was out there with like veterans protesting the oil wars.
Speaking of, did you hear about the climate change rally that's on Friday?
I'm supposed to announce it, but it's on my phone.
Oh,
Why don't you
well,
give the details?
I guess there's a climate change rally in Veterans Park. It's Veterans Park on Friday. I think at 12.
Noontime? Yeah,
I believe
noontime.
it's at noontime. And I was scrolling through Facebook and I saw that and I was like, oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Keep talking. I'm
Definitely gonna be down there filming and checking it out. But it's like I like what they're standing for, but also it's like I hope everything goes peaceful and nothing goes bad. But it's gonna be cold too, so I gotta give them credit there. They're going out in the cold. It's gonna be freezing.
And then you got the Christmas parade on Saturday.
Yeah, we have the Christmas parade on Saturday. I cannot talk today. We got the Christmas parade on Saturday, and that's gonna be fun. It's at from what 4 to 7, I think it is.
Well, how long?
I think it's gonna be like 7. Usually it is.
Yeah.
So it starts at 4. I heard.
Yeah.
Are you going to be in the parade, Mike?
I won't be, but I'll probably be in attendance prior to my events downtown that night. And I remember way back when in my Cub Scout days being in that parade. Oh my God!
I've never walked in the parade. I tried to get someone to let me go on their float this year and perform.
Who was it?
I reached out on Facebook to like a bunch of people. No one got back to me, so I just let it go. I'm gonna do my thing. Saturday night, because I also have work, so I have to take that into account too, and not wear myself out.
Mike, weren't you marching in a parade once with the Amsterdam banner?
Yes, I was. That was St. Patrick's Day.
Morning show. That's when the morning show is brand new, right? Or was it Amsterdam?
Or it was the Manchester Public TV or radio station banner. That was right after. I think the day after I won a state championship. I think because it was that was a St. Patrick's Day parade, and we were right behind the mayor and alderman.
That's right.
Yeah.
And they had just gotten their show.
Yeah.
The radio show.
Yeah.
They were quite a duo, but, like Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin, it just couldn't take the stress.
Yeah. The morning show's a good show, but,
Oh, don't B.O. Peter White. He's God here.
Peter White is
God.
Is a hardworking man.
And we're not talking about G-A-W-D, like, who Donald Trump and people talk about God.
Oh,
we're talking about God. With a small G.
I mean, I just do my own thing. I come on the station a lot.
He's
do
great.
My thing. He's a good guy.
And he's a great voice, great radio voice.
Yep.
You can learn a lot from him by being laid back, something I'm not very good at.
Well, between you and Matt, I don't know, Matt Connerton.
I told Matt when you first came on the show, let's give him bad advice about women. I don't know how much we gave you. Not that, because
that explains why
men
I'm single.
since I've been a kid, everybody gives you advice. Your father, uncles, friends. All of it's bad because nobody understands women, even to this. They understand them a little more because now they got books, how
they got books.
Stuff.
So, are you saying I should go read a book on relationships?
Jeez, my father was a great womanizer, and one of the last things he said on his deathbed was, "I still can't understand women." And
I mean, I'll never be able to understand women, but
you're supposed to
I can barely understand myself.
Well, that's what life's about.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
try
is.
to understand yourself. That's philosophy. There's no philosophers anymore, Christian.
No, there's not. And
you could become a philosopher of the airwaves. Well, there aren't airwaves. This is going to be a podcast. Do you have somebody that has picked it up?
Yes.
Is it going to be on Matt or IPM Nation?
IPM Nation, and it's also my friend from D3 Media is also helping me out.
What's D3 Media?
It's a social media agency.
D3?
Yes, it's like literally the letter D and then the number 3.
Okay.
And he's New England based. He posts a lot of stuff about New England. He's done a lot of videos. He did a video about the demented Santa on the corner of Elm and
It
Salmon
is
Street.
demented, but the display is so much nicer now when they got the fencing in and stuff. When they didn't have the fencing, the demented Santa, and sometimes he would go back and forth. Oh, it was creepy.
Yeah, he did a video on that. That went viral with 27,000 views, and I'm really excited for that. So once he, thankfully, he's helped me. He's picked me up, and he's taken me under his wing, taught me how to edit, taught me how to record and film and everything, and he helped me out get a laptop and everything, which really helped me out.
Hey, do you suffer from chlorophobia?
Chlorophobia, big
That's
words.
the fear of clowns. Like my presidential candidate.
I used to.
Oh, when you were a kid, those
Yeah.
white-faced clowns were creepy. They called him the Emmett Kelly because he was a great clown. Where it looked like a hobo, what they used to call. Now they're called homeless people or something. But they really were hobos when I was a kid. But that was more humanistic. But one of my first nightmare I can remember is having gone to a carnival with the family, and there's a white-faced clown. And I had a nightmare that night. But I got over it.
Mm-hmm.
My mother used to collect clowns, and I'd give it
That's
to her.
a weird thing to collect, is clowns. I feel
really?
that's not.
That's a big.
I feel like that's up there with one of the weirdest things I've heard.
Really? Because you can go to shops and there's all sorts of clown stuff. Particularly in California, there was big.
Yeah.
Well, the Bay Area. There'd be all these different clown things. So you always knew what to get her for Christmas and her birthday. Yeah, and yet another clown knick-knack. Yeah. Well, when I was a kid, Red Skelton was one of the big TV stars, and he played a Emmett Kelly type of a hobo clown. Isn't that interesting to hear about the past?
Yeah,
Like,
especially being my age, being like 19, like it's like, what are you talking about?
well, you're on the morning show. You must know the Brady Bunch.
I haven't been on the morning show in months.
Oh, that can't be.
No, I haven't been on the morning show in months. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't want to.
Did you P.O. Peter?
I think so. I honestly think so. Like it's been in the back of my head. I think I have, and I don't know how.
Well, I don't know. I haven't been on in a long time.
I texted him. I was like, hey, can I come on this week? And I haven't got a response back, so I'm not gonna sweat it. It's whatever. I'm always on Matt's show though, whenever I can. And now that I'm working third shift until the 13th, I can be on as much as I
Third
possibly
shift.
can.
What hours are that? 11 to
11 p.m. to 7 a.m.
I got
Pretty difficult.
Why? Oh, yeah, getting used to working nights. It changes your entire life.
Yeah, now it works for me though, because I've gotten used to the schedule because I can film during the day and then edit at night. I can like film whatever I'm filming, and then edit at night, and then hopefully post it the next day. But my upload schedule hasn't been that good for YouTube. I just posted my first video today, and it was difficult because my laptop's slow as molasses, so I'm sitting there trying to like upload the video.
No, things were slow today locally because I was uploading stuff to.
No, it's just my laptop getting it from.
Is it ancient? Or is it?
It's not ancient. It's small, so it's like it's
Chromebook?
No, I will never ever use Chromebook ever
Somebody
again.
gave me one.
I can't. I used them in high school. I can't use them.
Oh, that's what they give you in high school?
Yeah,
El Cheapo.
Yeah, I mean they're good for educational needs, but
Chrome follows everything you do. I just found out.
Hey, they can follow whatever they want to follow from me. Okay, I'm not hiding a damn thing.
Hey, you want? I'm gonna give you. You can read this.
What am I reading? Am I reading it out loud?
Yeah, read it out loud. It's an announcement. It's the guy you talked to yesterday on Matt's show.
Oh yeah.
Look at the camera.
So, at the Jewel tonight we have Daniel Bedrosian.
A nice Armenian name. Start again.
A nice Armenian name. I guess we're teaching me how to host shows now, guys.
Yeah.
Another thing to the resume. So tonight, Danny Bedrosian and Secret Army are live at the Jewel in Manchester, New Hampshire at 10 p.m. Music starts at 8 p.m. with super talented Super Frog and Jabberwocky.
And Priscilla Baronet's going to be the bartender.
Baronet's going to be the bartender there, and it's going to be a pretty good night. It's a 21 plus event, so unfortunately I can't go, but that's okay. I see how
with
it
your
is,
height, you could have snuck into everything back in my day.
I mean,
They didn't even
I'm not
card
going to
me, though.
comment on. I am not going to comment on the bars I've snuck into to perform at open mics. I mean, I perform.
You're not going to comment on.
No.
Okay.
Well,
That's
I can.
good. Remember, Chrome is listening.
Chrome, you want to know what I've done?
Yes.
But no.
Yes. We.
But yeah, no. That I'm getting hearing him on Matt's show yesterday and hearing their music. I was never into funk music. That's good music.
Oh, you don't. You have to get funk music comes from James Brown. I can't remember in the mid '60s. He slowed down the I used to know something about music, not much because I think I'm tone deaf. Because I lived with a woman who was a classically trained musician, and of course she could hear things I couldn't. But James Brown, I think, he's one of the people that it's like Hank Williams, the original Hank Williams.
Yeah.
Rock helps come up, comes out of that, even though because be rockabilly. But George Clinton, Parliament. It was great music in the 60s and 70s. And then it got bigger. It crossed over into white artists.
His band, that band he's performing has been around for 50 years now, generations. And it's he was sitting there telling us the story of it yesterday. And I was sitting there, I was amazed. 50 years, 600 plus albums or something. You think about that, that's almost
Funkadelic.
Yeah. That's 10,000 songs almost. That's wild.
Yeah, see, I didn't think of funk music as being, just because I'm an old fart, you know what I mean? I just think of white people that's funk music, but I guess it's classified as funk because when I was in the 70s, it was everything was categorized. They used to call R&B records were called race records because they were made by African Americans, colored people,
Really?
which they were called. Yeah, and then they thought up one of the great record executives thought up, to try to sell it to white people, we'll call it rhythm and blues. And
I mean, R&B music's awesome.
Yeah.
I enjoy.
Oh,
R&B.
yeah, the
I
stuff
enjoy
like that.
every like genre of music. Just being a musician too, you have to because you have to know like what the people like, and like sometimes I'll perform anything from country to I've done R&B, but it's not my like. I can't really sing it. It's hard for me to sing.
It's not your cup of tea.
No, it's really not my cup of tea.
Hey, let's. Are you there, Brendan? Let's watch that video. I guess it's the videos. It's the second video. You were going to sing. This was going to be while you set up
I was going
the
to,
intro.
but I just was not feeling it today.
Background, Jimi Hendrix, and ending.
Oh well, go with the back. I must have mislabeled it. Go with the Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, it's just a.
Hey, can we just have one kind of hurry? Don't waste all the film there. Stop it for a second. Because I was scared as to death. So then, can I just do it one more time, though? Can I just do it one more time? Well, I wait around train station, waiting for that train, waiting for the train, yeah. Take me from this lonesome place.
Or now? All right, what's up, guys? My name's Christian Lacoste, and this is the music show with my guest John,
Who's not a musician?
who's not a musician, and Mike, who's not a musician, but I am.
Yep.
You know.
Well,
I
that's
do for a living.
interesting.
I know, right? So, how's everyone doing today?
Doing good. Just living life as always.
That's life. That's good. That's good. John,
Well, I didn't think I'd be here today because of my back, but
You're only here 'cause you
here
have to
I
be.
am. No, not just that.
I'm here because I was supposed to perform, but guitars just don't like to cooperate with me.
That's
No.
why. That's why. And you see, that's great. And Hendrix, he's starting to play, and then it's wrong to him, and he starts over again. That's what we were going to be. That to the intro with you playing. You can come back on another time.
Oh, yeah,
when
for
the
sure,
guitar
for sure.
behaves itself.
I'm buying a new one Friday, so I'm excited.
Really?
About that. Yep, buying a new one Friday. Hopefully, I was gonna do a busking, like a little street show on Elm Street during the Christmas parade, but I don't see it going down because of all like the music. I mean,
Your
the
fingers.
music, and it's gonna be cold, and there's snow, and I don't want to ruin my equipment. But let's take a minute and talk about Rob's show on Saturday.
Okay.
Country Classics or something like that?
Yes, it
You
is.
know, Mike.
Oh, Brendan, we have a background, I think, with Rob's. thing.
Can someone?
There it
pull-
is.
Yeah.
Can someone pull up like who's gonna be playing? 'Cause I can't tell.
It's Dean Harlem, Dusty Gray, Rippin' E. Breaks, the John Zevos Band, Megan Casey, Beechwood, the Night Blinders. And that's presented by Granite State of Mind, December 7th, 2019, 7:30 p.m. So it's going to be on the radio, right? Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to be at the show.
It's going to be at the refurbished Rex Theater.
Oh, it's at the Rex.
Yep.
It's at the Rex Theater. For my first time in there, too. I'm wicked excited about that.
Yeah. I'm planning on going. That's one of the events I have going on Saturday night, so it should be a good show.
I'm excited about it. And then, also, isn't he doing something like the Granite State of Mind Music Awards, too?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't have the info on that.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be on today.
Yeah. Come on, Rob. What are you doing, man?
He's in Nashville.
Oh, he's living it up in Nashville? He's listening to all the street performers down there in the warm weather while we're under 2 feet of snow, you know. That's what we do.
Almost 3.
Almost 3. Yeah, it snowed for like 3 days straight. I wasn't a fan. I was not a fan.
Can we get the music show background again, Brendan? There we go.
But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about
It
today.
says, but you can't see it. It has your name down there.
Oh, awesome.
With the other person that canceled.
I just want you guys to know that John just threw me on out of nowhere. He goes, move. He goes, move into my seat. I'm like, okay. So I guess I'm hoping.
I told Veronette that we were going to play musical chairs, but she had an audition today. She originally was going to be on with Rob. Maybe they'll be on next week. You can show up too.
Mm-hmm. I'll probably be on next week because I have nothing else to do.
Okay.
Because besides working on the podcast and everything else, that's what I do. I have a lot of musicians, like a few friends of mine who are musicians who are coming on my podcast.
Bring
my
them
friend
on
Ben
here.
Fuller. Well, he's calling in because he's out in Nashville with where Rob is right now. I'm gonna make it blatantly clear. I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you, Rob. You're in warm weather. I'm freezing. This is not fair.
I wonder if it is warm weather. Is it warm weather in Nashville, Mike?
I mean, I'd assume so.
We'll see. We'll check.
Here we all. It's time to one of those moments where we all look at our phones.
No, I'm staying off my phone. I'm addicted to my phone. I need to stay off of it.
So have you done any paying gigs?
I did one for In Town Manchester in the summer. Other than that, no, not really.
It's only 60 in Nashville right now.
It's only 60. That's so much warmer than here, though.
Is there any snow there, Mike?
No.
Here we're all. You can't look at your phone when you're a host, but
No.
we can. See, I'm used to looking at the side at that to see how the shows go.
Yeah, I'm
but I
enjoying
can't see it.
the monitor behind the camera. It's
Many
helping
years
out.
that TV many years ago they used to put it right here so we could see it too. But
I gotta say, this is new to me too, like the whole studio thing and everything. Like when I was filming my intro earlier for my video, I was like, whoa, the lighting in here. The lighting. It's beautiful. I can't get over this.
is your camera or do you have it on? You want me to set it up
No,
here?
it's all good.
And
It's all
shoot?
good. I'll just take a clip from
Oh, okay.
or something. I don't know yet. Or I'll put in the link in the description of my video. Oh yeah, also if you guys want to find my content, it's also on my YouTube channel, Christian Lacoste, and the Ducking for Cover podcast, which drops in January, is going to be on there too, along with tons of other videos because I'm trying to get a constant upload schedule of daily vlogging and stuff like that. If you guys don't know what vlogging is, it's basically my daily routine and everything I do on a day-to-day basis. And because it's winter, there's going to be a lot of snowboarding stuff and everything.
So you're
like
a snowboarder.
That. Yeah, I snowboard, I scooter, I ride BMX bike. I do a lot of stuff.
BMX. I know one of the Hall of Famers.
Who?
Dan. I can't remember. I'm just having the thing. I'm on steroids last night. Right now. Not that it has anything to do with my memory. That's because I'm an old fart. But I can't remember his name. I can't remember his last name. I'll tell you about it. I can look him up. But he's BMX, one of the first in the Hall of Fame. He's a writer.
I didn't know there's a BMX Hall of Fame. That's new to me.
Yeah.
I guess that's definitely new to me.
I was at his wedding, and I can't even remember his last name.
Wow.
Well, you have that to look forward to. I'm 3 times your age.
I'm 19, and I'm a young whippersnapper, as you would say.
I have
as
3.
you would say.
19. There's a.
I just turned 19 last Friday too, so I'm fresh and in the 19-year-old lifestyle.
They made a movie of Ray Bradbury's "Something Wicked This Way Comes," And it's not that great a movie, but it's got the great two great actors in it. One's Jason Robards, who won 2 Oscars. He was a great stage actor. And who's the... Once again, my mind's dumping. But he was a very excellent English actor. And he plays Mr. Dark. He's like this demonic figure that comes to town with the carnival. And your desires, it seduces you by your desires and takes your soul away. But he has a bad heart. Jason Robards is an old man at the time. Like, he's my age now. And he has a young son because he married late. He has a bad heart, which prevents him from physically defending the kids, even though he can't do that against Supernatural. But there's this great Jonathan Pryce, who's a great Broadway and London actor. Musical, too. He can sing. He can do everything. And he offers him in exchange for his son and the boy who he's protecting in the library because of his sedentary lifestyle, because of his heart. He's just a librarian. And he offers him to turn back time, going back to 25, then 30 and everything. And Jason Robards is such a great actor as he's knows what that means to been 30 and now you're like 60 and everything. But you're watching it. I saw it when I was 25 years old.
That was a while ago.
You can react to... Yeah, it came out in 84 or 5. And you can react to it with the great acting and everything, but you don't understand quite what that means. Although you might think when you're 19, I wish I was 15 again, or you think you're getting old or something. But, to go backwards in time and be 30 again. How old are you, Mike?
I'm only 25.
He's a young whippersnapper like me.
That's where he starts back. Unfortunately, you really can't turn back time.
No.
No, not really.
There's a lot of things I would do different if I did. There's a lot of things I would do different if I could turn back time. What'd you say?
I wouldn't have joined the army as an enlisted. I would have gone.
I would have joined. I still can join, but it's like I don't see it as a thing right now. I really don't, especially with how far I've come.
You can always join later.
Yeah, exactly. Especially how far I've come and like the work ethic I have right now, especially like filming and doing all that stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm new to it, but it's fun. It's really fun for me.
Yeah, and because the army is like being in jail. It's 24/7, or like between a halfway house and a jail.
I work in a halfway house. A halfway house is not that bad. It's really not.
Well, then the army's like a jail.
Yeah.
It's a jail. Yeah.
At least with a halfway house, you can, leave and work and eat, and you have a place to sleep. And
we get that in the army.
I mean, yeah. So I guess you guys can call yourself a halfway house if you want to.
No, I would go with jail.
It don't make sense to me, but yeah.
They own you.
They own you.
It's better to
the government owns you.
It'd be better to go into the military. Some people join to grow up or to escape things. It'd probably be better when you've grown up, more, know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So music, Mike. What's your favorite music?
Country.
I'm with you there.
Oh,
Country.
wow.
I was just watching the past 2 nights. A&E channel did a biography on Garth Brooks, and that's one of my all-time favorites, along with my mother. So it was A&E did a great job with it, and Garth is one of my number 1 favorites.
Yeah, Veronette was going to sing Patsy Cline's song, but
I don't know if I posted the video, but yesterday she was dancing in the studio. It was hilarious. I'll have to show you the video after the show. But she was dancing to Beyonce, Single Ladies, and I was sitting there dying of laughter.
On camera?
Yeah.
I missed that.
It was funny. It was during Matt put the song on. Next thing you know, she's up dancing, and I got a video of it. And I sent it to her. I'm like, so this is what we do? I'm like, radio show antics over here. This is what we do?
Well, she was going to do karaoke. And
karaoke?
I was wondering, I can do a Louis Armstrong impression, but I've never done it when I was sober.
I've never done it when I'm sober. He says, I can't relate to that.
I have
drank a day in my life.
I have a great karaoke story. So on one of my spring trips, this past spring with my Eastside softball team, we were in New Jersey, and we had just played and got back to the hotel. There's a Vietnamese restaurant right across the parking lot called Pho Today, and we had decided to do karaoke night. There are videos out there. If you want to see me sing, go ahead and watch it. I did the hardest song that I think I could do.
What is it?
Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen.
Holy smoke.
Yeah, I'll show you the clip after the show.
Dude. That's a hard song to hit.
Oh my god. And,
I'm excited to see this one. I really am.
Yeah, and my teammates were in shock and awe on how good I did. Even though I have no musical talent whatsoever.
Well, neither do I.
I don't either. I don't know what you're talking about. Music? What's that?
Or
it's this thing with squiggly lines and,
Yeah.
and the G thing.
You want me to be honest with you?
They don't teach music anymore. Do
I
they?
can't read music. I can't read music. I can
Beatles
read chords.
couldn't.
I
Except
can
Paul
read
McCartney.
chords, like guitar chords, but I can't read sheet music. It just doesn't register in my head. Like I tried to learn it in like fifth or sixth grade for piano. When I was trying to learn piano, I was like, yeah, no, I don't do this. This isn't my thing.
Well, a lot of people started out their careers. Like I said, the Beatles. I think Paul McCartney did because his father had been a band leader during the 1920s, because he was born in 42. But I don't think Lennon, Harrison, and of course Ringo probably couldn't do it. But
Ringo Starr.
yeah, Richard Starkey of Liverpool. He was the only one that was ethnically English. The others were Irish.
I see. I know the names of the people you're talking about, but I can't.
You don't know the
put
Beatles?
if you don't remember,
How can you
I
not
know
know
the
the
Beatles,
Beatles?
obviously. They're
like
legendary. They're legendary. Like they'll go down in history. For, like,
What do you
ever.
mean go down? And
They are in history. Whatever. Same thing. Okay.
They made rock respectable.
They really did. They really did. And now that the music's out on like streaming platforms like Spotify, Pandora, and everything,
Oh yeah.
that must have been a fight to get their music out there.
Well, they were the last big band because so lucrative. They were the biggest money-making band in history.
Mm-hmm.
But so that catalog was worth a fortune.
I mean, yeah, and look, like Prince too. Like Prince's music, I don't know if that's out on streaming platforms yet, but I thought it was. I thought I heard something about it the other day.
There was all sorts of contract hassles in his lifetime
Yeah,
with Warner
he has a
Brothers.
whole vault of music he hasn't that was never released.
Yeah, music. We've talked about it on the Matt Show. Music contracts. The music industry is the only industry in California that's exempt from the 7-year contract maximum.
7-year contract of what?
In the state of California, a contract can only go 7 years.
Oh.
And then no matter what, you're released from it, but not music.
No, because like music is like one of the biggest things out there. They produce musicians and like stars all the time out in Los Angeles and Hollywood or whatever.
When you sign a record contract, now things might be different in the last 10 years or so. You're contracted to produce what's called sides. It's it's music, but it is units of music. Now, in the old days, with Creedence, Clearwater Revival, the camera's probably on us, Mike. You can't yawn. When the person on your side's talking,
It's definitely on you guys.
And when you see him working, he's watching. He knows he's not on camera.
Mm-hmm.
John Fogerty, he'd signed a contract with Fantasy Records, and a side was 2.5 minutes because that was the maximum. That's what the average was on a 45, a single, even a set, because it was set by a 78, could only go like 2 or 2.5 minutes, and so a 45. So you owe like 8 per quarter or 32 songs, which in the old days, people just churned the music out. Churned it out. But then all of a sudden, because of the Beatles, things start to change.
I mean,
music becomes longer. You have Hey Jude at 7 and
minutes.
change and stuff. So Fogerty, they start experimenting. So you produce an album of 12 songs in 2 years or something. It's only they'll say, well, that's only 12 sides, and you owe us another 24 sides. He wound up losing all his music.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, and he finally one of the companies bought Fantasy Records, I think it was Sony, and gave it back to him, or part of the rights. There's 3 different types of rights, but we won't get into that.
Yeah, no, and I also
Mechanical,
feel like
performance and author.
yeah, no, with music too, I feel like a lot of like the music industry's lost credibility and like talent because you're churning out so many songs a year. Like every week, there's another number 1 hit. Like you
Right.
can't listen to one song more than like 5 times, and then another song comes out from that artist, and it's like, where's the chance to listen to this music, and
For
get
it to
enjoy
develop.
it? Yeah.
One of the local bands here when I was a kid was holy smoke. Boy, my mind is gone today. I guess that's one of the things that happens when you're in pain. I can't. I'm going to be looking up. I can't even believe Aerosmith.
Aerosmith is local.
They were
What?
free. You could see them free. That doesn't mean they were local. They were New England, northern New England, because he was from Winnipesaukee. Why are the names escaping me? And Joe Perry was. It was Joe Perry's name I couldn't remember last week. He was from Portland, and Steven Tyler was from Winnipesaukee. You could see him for free, then for $2, and then they played at New Hampshire College, which is SNU now, at what would be the new building, the new gym, which is brand new, for $4. Who could afford? What kid could afford $4 in 1972 or 3? Then Dream On, the single was issued. It was a number 1 hit in Boston. It was probably the biggest hit of '73. But my father lived in Atlanta, and I'm visiting him at the end of '75, and it's New Year's 75, 76, and they got the top hits in Atlanta. Dream On is number 1.
Really?
Because it took 2 years for it to break out of New England and to go down south. And by the time I got to university, it was 78 or so, they were a huge national band.
I mean, yeah, they're pretty good now. Like I've listened to Aerosmith for like the past few years, since you take me in middle school. I wasn't really into bands and music and all that stuff. I was mostly doing my own thing. I was that kid who used to hide in the corner, and then as soon as I got into music, I was like, oh, I like how it makes me feel, and then I got popular off of it, somewhat popular, if you want to call it that. And then I was like, hey, I like this. I like what it's doing for me. Let's stick to it. And then I was like, I want to go bigger. Like, that's why I think my start at this station was actually with Peter White. I came on the show to promote something, a charity concert for my friend and his family, because their daughter Skylar had recently taken her life. Oh. And we were doing a charity concert for them, or a charity motorcycle ride for them, and that really got me into it. And then I was supposed to perform there. It was supposed to be like a huge thing for me, and I had never performed a day in my life.
Really?
Not like that in front of a crowd like that. And then I ended up having to pull out of it because I had other stuff, and I had to pull out and focus on myself for a few months, because I didn't know what I was doing with life. And then that was my start here.
Well, but for
music.
See, I remember the Beatles my entire life. And of course, my sisters were born in 52 and 53. But it was the younger of the two, Debbie, 53, the big Beatles fan. my older sister later told me she was into Bob Dylan at the time, because nobody had ever heard lyrics like that. But so I remember them from Ed Sullivan on. But like my sister Debbie, I'd find 10 years later, you'd find the thing that came with Beatles promotion stuff in '64, and they're asking, what are you going to do after it's all over? Because they figure a pop act then only lasted about 2 years. Ringo was going to be a hairdresser. And they all had these, middle-class dreams. They didn't realize what would happen. That was, it was tremendous. It's, my, just before my parents' generation, Bing Crosby sold them. God, this huge amount of, he was the biggest seller up to 1950. And he made a fortune. He owned part of California where I live.
I know
in the
none
Bay
of the
Area.
names you're talking about right
You've never heard of Bing Crosby?
No, I've
The
heard
crooner?
I've heard
You've
of
heard
Bill
of Frank
Cosby.
Sinatra, though.
Obviously.
Yeah.
Frank Sinatra's a legend.
Oh, so is Bing Crosby. But Frank wears better with age.
Frank wears better with age.
Well,
I mean,
you can listen to him from the time he's 20 years old. Then his voice blew out. That's like 1940. He's with a big band, and it's a different voice. Then his voice blew out about 1950, and then he came back. Then in the 50s, his voice developed. Nobody could phrase a song like Frank Sinatra. He could just make you understand a song. And right up into the late 60s, he was still like this great singer. But he went through an evolution. The Beatles went through an evolution. When you think about the Beatles, you don't know much about them. They're three bands, essentially. The rock and roll band that comes to, that makes big, which is really rooted in country music, that type of rock and roll. Because John Lennon always said, Chuck Berry is God, not Elvis. They all loved Elvis. But Chuck Berry, who grew up in an integrated neighborhood in St. Louis, listening to country music.
I've never really listened to Elvis Presley.
Oh, Elvis is great.
Never really listened to him.
You've
Wasn't a
got
fan
to be careful what you're going to listen to, though, because there's so much hokum. Because after Sinatra, you had Bing Crosby, Sinatra, and then Elvis was a revolutionary. But you have to listen. You just can't listen to it all, because some of the stuff is just... But that guy could sing. Oh, man. He had soul.
Yeah. And, some of the artists you're talking about, clearly I don't know because of my age.
Yeah.
So I'll have to go back and listen to them. So, Paul McCartney, John Lennon, and, all the big names you're talking about, obviously I've heard of them because I've gone down in history, Frank Sinatra, too.
Right. Well, Bing Crosby was huge, believe me. He's also a big movie act, 5 times the #1 box office star. But the music, it's like in the era before Bing Crosby, who's mid-30s to 1950, Al Jolson. I had this Al Jolson thing because I was watching the old Al Jolson movies. He was huge. My mother comes in. I was visiting her, and I turned on Turner Classic Movies. She says, "How can you listen to that stuff?" Because that's something that would be appalling to her, because her parents listened to Al Jolson. My mother was born in 1926, but they all built on each other, and yeah, rock was supposed to rock died in the early 60s because of payola, but the British invasion brought it back.
What are you talking about? Rock's
died.
been here.
No, you don't know
rock
you don't
has
know
been
your
here.
No, you don't know your rock. Payola died.
What's
you
payola?
You had people that's paying radio disc jockeys to play music.
I mean, yeah, because that's how you get your music out there, though.
Elvis went into the army, what was it, 58? And rock died. You had these horrifying acts like Frankie Avalon and that. That's not rock and roll. That was just, it's almost a throwback to Eddie Fisher type of stuff with a little rock thrown in. Although, because you think about, do you know who Bobby Darin is?
Bobby Darin?
Yeah.
No.
But you wouldn't call him a rocker. He had the #1 hit of 59, Knack the Knife.
I wasn't alive in 59.
I was, but just barely. I snuck in at the end.
I snuck in right at the end.
But then the British, you create rock and roll. That's rock and roll we're talking about. Rock is created about 67, 68, around just not Sgt. Pepper, but you have Cream in that. And then The Who, which is a rock and roll band, becomes rock. You know what rock is? They slow things down. It becomes heavier because everybody was taking acid. And then you got the 7-minute songs.
Now I feel like we're getting to Woodstock.
You listen to Woodstock, that's true. And Jimi Hendrix, the greatest guitarist ever, wanted to go on last, and the Who insisted that they would be last. Of course, the Rolling Stones, Brian Jones was there, the Rolling Stones. He was the presenter, but the Stones weren't there. They were too big. And the Who won. And Jimi Hendrix went on before the Who. And what did Pete Townsend said? After Jimi Hendrix, that's one of the greatest live performances in history. And it blew them away, You can't follow an act like that. Now the camera's going to come back to you, and you have your phone.
Right as you said that, it came back to me. You guys caught me, okay?
No, because I know when I'm going to stop talking, and you can't.
I was dealing with something, but yeah.
But it's just part of the evolution of music. I stopped listening to popular music in 1991, so I don't know what happens after, because it was all being retreaded to me.
John's never listened to music since 1991, guys. That's the moral of the story here.
I'm an old fart.
He's an old fart. He's never listened to like music since 1990.
What's music sense?
Music?
Music sense?
Music sense. Never said that.
Music sense? Oh, music. Pause sense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you say.
I am so confused right now. You lost me right at the beginning of what.
What's your accent? Your New Hampshire accent. You say sense instead of sense.
I'm so confused right now.
When I think of, my generation thinks of sense as sensimilla, but we're not. Oh, look at that. That looks like.
All right,
I'm looking at the sensimilla on the screen.
Now John's getting. Now John's ADHD is kicking in. Now he's like pointing out the butterflies and whatever on the screen. I can't.
It looks like sensimilla to me now. I'm flashing back to college.
I can't with you today.
Don't you want to go to college?
I'm thinking about it.
Strap on a guitar, buy a big bong.
Buy a big bong. I can do that without going to college, but I won't do that. I won't do that.
And veg out for 2.5 years, and then all of a sudden, at the end of your junior year, think, what the hell? What the hell am I going to do with my life?
The past 2 years have flown by. I have like no credits in college, and I'm paying like $30,000 in student debt. Great idea. No, I would never.
30,000.
That's what I don't get about people is people take out student debt. Like they take out 30,000, and when they only need 20,000 or like 25,000, then you have to pay that extra money back too.
People take out 100 or more. Depends on the school and how long you're going at it.
Yeah, like me right now. I'm on hiatus right now, but I'm in my 7th year. But I've been going to community college, so it's pretty financially sensible for me. But I think I have probably in most 7 years probably 20,000 in debt.
Really?
Maybe I'm not positive on that number.
20,000.
In 6 years is in 12 semesters for courses that cost me $1,200.
What are you majoring in?
Right now it's general studies and sports management.
Oh,
sports management.
Yeah. Basically hand in hand with what you do, though.
Yes, basically.
I've seen that the stuff you've done for NHTI and everything like that.
Yeah.
So basically everything you do.
Yeah. Yes. Just trying to get a degree in that, so I don't have an entry-level job all my life.
Isn't everything you do a song by some horrible band in the early 80s?
What's that got to do with sports?
I bet Matt would know.
What's that got to do with sports?
Well, one of the best things about sports, we're talking about John Fogerty, is center field. Mm-hmm. What do you think, Mike?
Sports and music go hand in hand at some point, because basically all sports you have basically you have entrance music, so and mostly now it's all the popular music of today, rap and all that.
A snippet of it.
Yeah.
I was never a big fan of rap. Never a big fan.
Or me either. I'm more of a country, pop, rock and roll.
Exactly.
I bet you could rap though. If we put you in front of a stage.
No.
That's Easy G. That's Eric.
Yeah. That's
Eric's
why,
the rapper.
That's
Eric
why he's called Easy G.
But no, and like especially with my sport though, like the thing with my sport is scootering. Like it goes hand in hand in rap for some reason. I don't get it. Yeah, like everyone when they post their video parts and stuff, they put rap music behind it, and it drives me crazy. Do you wear a beanie? No, that's skateboarding.
Oh, okay.
That's the old skateboarding though.
Well, I'm an old fart.
I mean, I did go. I did go through a beanie phase this year. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened. The beanie and the jean jacket and the black jeans. I went through that phase and I was like, what? As I like to say, I hit puberty 5 times this year. I hit puberty 5 times. I went through like 5 different phases, and it was weird.
TMI.
Oh my! All right here. But yeah, we got about 5 minutes left in the show here.
Did you get the 5-minute thing?
Yes, I got the 5-minute thing like 30 seconds
Well,
ago.
that was very subtle. You should have said we have about 3 minutes.
All right, listen,
We do have an ending video, Brendan.
All right. Well,
hello, I must be going.
Well, let's
like Groucho from
let's end the show here.
What's your favorite song? No, we don't have to end it here.
Yeah, we do. We have 5 minutes left. Yes.
No.
I'm not going to argue. My favorite song.
You're the host, but I'm the director. What's your favorite song?
Favorite song? I don't have one. I like I don't really have a favorite song. I really don't. What's your
What about
favorite
you?
song?
Calling Baton Rouge by Garth Brooks. My all-time favorite.
Of course, it's Garth Brooks. I was waiting for that one.
Yeah.
I have many, but one of my favorites is Cream, Sunshine of Your Love. And there's versions because they were a great live band, too.
Mhm.
There's the version from when they had a great studio song version, but then they had their last show until they came out of retirement 35 years later to make some cash. And the thing when you're older, you're a couple beats slower. You don't have that youthful energy to do rock.
All right.
And you don't have a favorite song?
No.
How about his favorite instrumental? Something that brings tears to your eyes.
I don't know. But like, I like
Elise,
music. Like
Beethoven?
any music. I don't really listen to classical music.
Why?
That's a push. I don't know. Like I listened to it in middle school because I had to.
I bet you'd love Shostakovich, all that dissonance.
I don't know who you're talking to or talking about, I should say, but it
One
doesn't
of
ring
the
a bell.
titans of 20th century music.
I wouldn't know.
He survived Stalin. Can he survive Christian?
Definitely not, because if I don't know him.
Oh, yeah. So, you have any parting words for the audience? Did you like hosting a show?
I enjoyed it, yeah. But
Well, come back.
I'm also going to enjoy hosting my new podcast, Ducking for Cover, coming in January 2020. And also, I just posted a new video on my YouTube channel, Christian Lacoste. Just posted about why I've been away from YouTube and everything that's been surrounding that and why I needed to take time away. And also information about my podcast and everything like that. But yeah, my name's Christian Lacoste, guys. Thank you guys for thank you, John, for having me on the show today.
Thank
letting
you.
me steal your seat as host.
And where are we going now?
I'm going over to Matt Connaughton Unleashed to
So
go
am
co-host
I.
with him
Yep.
and do my thing over there, and then I'm going to Panucci's to do an open mic.
Oh, excellent.
Yep.
See you all next week.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Well, I'm certainly grateful for this magnificent turnout, and now I'd like to say a few words. Hello? I must be going. I cannot stay. I came to say I must be going. I'm glad I came, but just the same, I must be going. La la.
For my sake, you must stay. If you should go away, you spoil this party. I am through.
I'll stay a week or two. I'll stay the summer through. But I am telling you, I must be going.
Before you go, you won't blind us and tell us how you'll need no going.
I'll do anything you say. In fact, I'll even stay. But I must be going.
There's something that I'd like to state, that he's too modest to relate. The captain is a moral man. Sometimes he finds it trying.
This fact I'll emphasize with stress. I never take a drink unless somebody's buying.
The captain is a very moral man.
If he hears anything obscene, he'll naturally repel it.
I hate a dirty joke, I do, unless it's told by someone who knows how to tell it.
The captain is a very moral man. The razor back exploring the African explorer.
Did someone call me Schnorrer?
Hooray, hooray, hooray.